It's time now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesant Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesant.
Well, folks, the month of October is Chamber of Commerce Month, okay? And what does that mean to you? What does it mean for our community? Today, my guest is Donna Palermo, who is the president of the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce. Now, folks, you know, sometimes if you're not involved with an organization, you may not know what the organization does. You hear about the Chamber of Commerce, you know, you hear about different organizations, Red Cross, United Way. If they affect you, then you know the value of those organizations. Well, the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce does tremendously a lot of things in the Greater Hazleton area. And one reason why they make the month of October Chamber of Commerce Month is to bring attention to the many things that the Chambers of Commerce do throughout the state of Pennsylvania and, for that matter, the country. So today, you know, this is just sort of like an informative thing for you, for those of you who are not members of the Chamber, for those who are members of the Chamber of Commerce. It'll give you a little overview of the many things that they do. Now, sometimes you may not realize this, but even though you're not a member and you live up in the Heights or you live in the, you know, the Valley or wherever you live, that what the Chamber does really has a lot of effect on your daily living. So with that being said, Donna, how are you?
I'm very good, Sam. Congratulations
again to you and Judy Ann and Paisley and on the great Fun Fest. We had a lot of fun doing it this year.
Judy Ann McGrogan,
she's
married.
I know her as Judy Ann Paisley. I know the Paisley family.
I know.
Judy Ann McGrogan, I'm sorry. But you know what? We're involved with it.
Yes.
And when you're involved with in a little part of it, okay, the planning starts right after the Fun Fest.
Definitely.
But there's so much to be done, you know, with all the committees. It's just amazing.
Well, the Chamber of Commerce is very widespread as far as committees. We have committees for everything, every segment of the community. Naturally, Fun Fest was organized and to provide a benefit to the community. It's like a homecoming. A lot of people plan their family reunions around the event, so it's something for everyone, and really it benefits the nonprofit organizations. This is one of the largest, if not the largest, fundraiser for these organizations, such as the McAdoo Fire Company, the Quarterback Club. So it's a nice income for them. And again, it's a free family entertainment venue. So you come down, you have free entertainment, you spend as much money as you want on food or rides or whatever, but it doesn't cost you anything to come down.
So with that being said, you just said about all the benefits, the nonprofits really depend on that. I look at the Chamber of Commerce as a big umbrella, okay? So for, you know, Chamber of Commerce 101, okay, tell us about what the Chamber of Commerce is. Okay. What's it all about? What do you do, and how this, you know, affects the area residents?
Okay. Well, first off, the Chamber was formed in 1892, so we're here a long time, 119 years. We are a membership-based organization, so businesses join the Chamber, and in return for them joining the Chamber, they look to us to provide assistance to their businesses. It may be something with our small business counseling, which we have in our office through our cooperation with Wilkes University Small Business Development Center. If you're looking to start a new business, if you're having difficulties with your business and you need some counseling, you could come to the Chamber office and we'll provide that assistance. Networking is a big part of why a business joins the Chamber of Commerce. Whenever we poll or do a survey of our Chamber members, networking is very, very high on the list, actually #1 at all times, because what these business people are looking for are to attend the Chamber events, meet other businesses, and then the goal is then to work together with those businesses to provide products for each other. So networking is a big part of the Chamber. But also things that people don't see, or even some of our businesses that don't realize how in-depth we are in speaking on behalf of the community, as in transportation issues. The Chamber, every 2 years, we present testimony at the State Transportation Commission hearings on road projects that we feel are of need here in the Greater Hazleton area for economic development. Prime example, the widening of Route 924 in Humboldt. It was a 2-lane road, extremely congested. Safety was a main issue in expanding that road. So that has been accomplished, and it doesn't take place overnight. This takes years of working with the Department of Transportation. We have a great relationship with PennDOT here in our district, 4O. Another example is a project in Route 93 in Cunningham that was completed. We are now working on the Broad Street Corridor project, work hand in hand with PennDOT, and our goal is to keep the businesses and the public informed as much as possible as these projects are going on. So I have an email database that as I get updates on the project, I send those out to the businesses so that they know how to prepare. Sidewalks are being done this week in downtown. Next week they're being done here. So just trying to keep that communication open. We know it's a headache for a lot when there's construction going on, but at least if they are aware of what's going on, they can prepare for that. So we're very, very involved in transportation. One of our priority project right now is extending the Route 424, the Chamber Beltway, into the back entrance of the Humboldt Industrial Park. It would then connect with Commerce Drive. Again, alleviating the traffic off of 924, but more importantly, having a second emergency access and egress out of the Humboldt Industrial Park. If there's a catastrophe on 924, the businesses now and the employees in that park and from Eagle Rock and Schuylkill County, they have to really go down through Nuremberg, up through Tom Hicken, or go down through Shenandoah and get on the interstate by going through Monte City. So this is very important for us, and we just now in September provided testimony at the State Transportation Commission hearings to promote this project. Like I said, it takes years, and now there's a financial the funding is a priority now. There's lack of funding because of federal, state budgets are really strapped, and a lot of this money, 90%, quite frankly, is going into maintenance of roads and bridges.
You know, when you talk, there's so much that's involved with the chamber, okay, and when you're talking about, we're all trying to better our community, okay. And I like to always surround myself with people who are positive people. Doesn't mean that we don't have problems. Right. Doesn't mean that we, we're not saying everything is, beautiful. But the fact that we address these concerns, I think everyone in the community should look at how we're very proud of our community. Right. I'm here in downtown Hazleton, all right, and sometimes people have a perception of downtown, and we talked about this a couple times on the show. The perception of downtown, oh, it's going to hell, it's no good, it'll never revise, I'm afraid to walk the streets, which is completely ridiculous, okay? You know that as well. I mean, if we go to Mia's restaurant in the evening, or if we're going to anywhere in here, I mean, my wife and I actually did a walkthrough. We walked Diamond Avenue, we walked Mungie Streets, we walked all these streets. I just wanted to see for myself, and these people are just normal people living. Sure, there's no question, every town has their problems with crime. I'm not excited about that. And the scum that comes in here, it shouldn't be here, okay? I totally agree with that, and I'm with the city police 100% on that. But 98% or 99% of the people are good people, and they're trying to make this town good.
That's right. And we have a specific downtown committee, and this committee has been in existence for about, 20 years. And it came about because of the downtown businesses wanting to improve the downtown. So we have monthly meetings. Are there problems? There definitely are problems. Are there problems with littering? Yes. But this is where we meet on a monthly basis. This is where we started our very popular this year, and a new initiative for us, the Downtown Farmers Market. We have people coming from all over the area to the Downtown Farmers Market, supporting our farmers, buying fresh fruit and vegetables. It's been terrific for our seniors because of the location, that they could walk over to it. It has been very, very positive every Saturday until October 15th. You know, even with the Brush Recorder project, I think this project is going to make a tremendous difference in our downtown.
You can start seeing it.
Right. The safety issues for us, for everyone, not only seniors, but for everyone. The new street lights, the new sidewalks, the turning lanes. Again, this was the #1 safety project in the state of Pennsylvania. We didn't say that. I mean, the state said this. #1 safety project in the state of Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. So again, a lot of things, a lot of positive things going on, but again, a lot of these are overshadowed when something happens, or, you know, and you have that in every community. We're not any different than any other community.
I always said that, you know, and we're, listen, the media is at fault sometimes too. I mean, because we like, you know, you'll glamorize, you know, murder on Wyoming Street, person shot in the head, you know, oh my God, what's happened in this town, you know, and, well, you report the news, but I always said, you know, we should have a half-hour called the Good News, you know, station, okay? And we try to do that on our news, okay? We try to let people know all the good things that are happening. Yes, you have to report what's going on. Folks, I'm talking to Donna Palermo, who's president of the Chamber of Commerce. A lot of you probably know what the Chamber does. You hear about Chamber events, etc. But when we come back, how about individuals? How about you? How could you benefit, and how have you been benefiting on the Chamber of Commerce? When we come back right after this break. Welcome back to the Sam Lassand Show, folks. And folks, let me say this to you on a personal note. I want to thank you so much because, and I really appreciate this when I'm, you know, if I'm out doing some things, or if I'm at a restaurant, or if I'm shopping or whatever. For those of you who have come up and really make your way over to me and tell me that you enjoy the show, and you know, you like our news and our programming. I appreciate that very much. It means a lot to us because at least we're hoping we're doing a good job. And sometimes a little humbling. One lady stopped me at one of the restaurants, and she's just telling me how great well, it's the Sam Lassand Show. I'm not being braggadocious, but she was so nice, and I appreciate it very much. But anyway, folks, the official water of Samson Productions, SSPTV.com, is Tonic and Mountain Spring Water. Folks, this is the water Starbucks uses. If they don't have this water where you buy your water, I'm telling you, ask for Tonic and Mountain Spring Water. JoJo's on the Hazleton Beltway has this water. And, of course, my good buddy Dan Basala. Folks, I take 2 shots every day. Mona V, I know you got to give him a call. Try it. You'll understand what I'm talking about. This is good stuff, Donna, really is. All right, Donna Palermo is the chief problem. I'm the chief person. Chief problem, say no. Maybe you have enough problems, but the president of the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce. Talking about this is October is Chamber of Commerce Month. Okay, now one of the other things that the chamber is involved with, okay, and which affects us, all right, the community. How do you deal with the legislators?
We have a very good relationship with our legislators. We have a one-on-one conversation with them. They come into our office. We do not endorse any candidates. We are a non-political Chamber of Commerce. There are some chambers who are political, the State Chamber, the U.S. Chamber. We are not. Because, quite frankly, we see it, you endorse one candidate, that candidate loses. That affects your relationship. So we work very closely with our legislators, with Representative Toohill, Senator Udechak, Congressman Barletta, naturally, our mayor, our municipalities. So work very closely with them. We start our legislative series of our Red Carpet Breakfast in January. And again, that's an opportunity for our business members and guests to have an overview of what's going on, say, in the city or in the Senate or, you know, the federal level, whatever. We have them come in and speak to our audience, and then they in turn have a chance to ask questions of our legislators. So we work with them very closely on our transportation issues. Case in point, the airport beltway, trying to get a light in there at the airport road before the actual construction of that roadway. Senator Udechak was very instrumental in getting that kind of pushed up, so we'll be seeing a light there prior to the actual construction. So we work very closely with our legislators.
So basically, Donna, I look at the chamber, okay, as being a major watchdog for many things that are happening in the area, okay? Right. So when you're talking about legislative things that affect our area, and you're talking about the downtown, or if you're talking about Humboldt, okay, right. Which incidentally, speaking of the Humboldt park up there, if you haven't been up there in about 2 years,
it's amazing.
It's incredible. I
It's
mean,
simply
I went up there and
amazing.
I said, wow.
Right.
I couldn't believe, and which is, again, kudos to the Chamber, kudos to Can Do, and those people that, I mean, providing all these jobs, okay, right. Really, I know people come up to me and say, Sam, you're killing a dead horse here with trying to, Hazleton is never going to be what it was before. No city is ever what they are before. Right. No family is what they used to be before.
People have a hard time with change, I think, Sam. Yeah. And speaking of the industries and Humboldt and so forth, I know people have a misconception or perception of the Chamber and Can Do. We are two separate organizations. We're a 501c6 organization. They're a 501c6 organization. The Chamber actually formed Can Do in 1956 through our chairman at that time, Dr. Desson, but we are two separate entities. Kevin and his staff, they deal with the economic development, they bring in the industries. The Chamber is separate in as we provide benefits then for those industries. We work hand in hand with Can Do. If a new industry is coming in, they always contact us. We provide community tours. Case in point, I just took a new HR director from Ganala out on, him and his wife, they relocated. So I took them out on, believe it or not, a 4-hour tour of Greater Hazleton. Now when people hear that, they're like, 4 hours, what in goodness do you do in 4 hours? Well, there's a lot to do in 4 hours between going through, the valley, the city, by the schools, into Eagle Rock, all over. It's really, and it's refreshing to see someone come in from outside the area who just loves our area. The mountains, the city, everything about it, they love our area.
I have to tell you this. Elaine Palance is a very good friend of mine, and her friend Merle, who lives in Dallas, Texas. But she came up here. Merle came up here, and she is so in love with this area that they're thinking of maybe spending a little bit more time up here. Okay, and when people come in from the from the city, I have people coming in from New York City all the time here, and they just love it, because when you look at what you said before, I know what you're saying. Because you really don't know, you're in your own backyard, and if you go to Eckley and spend time in Eckley, and if you take a tour, you take it to Eagle Rock, if you go to Beach Mountain or Sand Springs, I don't want to miss any places, but I mean, when you look at all the amenities that are here, and here's another thing, people always like fine dining, okay? So when you're looking at, we have fabulous restaurants here, whether it's, whether it's Mia's, whether it's the Top of the 80s, whether it's, Bobby's of New York, okay? Not to miss any, but you have some fabulous restaurants here, okay, that are, just second to none.
It's great. It's great. I
had lunch, I had dinner, I had dinner, but, even at Eagle Rock, okay, but again, if you go to Eagle Rock, you go to Top of the 80s, you go to Mia's, you go to Bobby's in New York, down the valley. Have you been at that place? I mean,
I've been there.
One is just as good as the other. There's no one that, so they're all great.
Well, we have so many great restaurants. We have so many golf courses. I mean, there's so much to do here, but again, we don't realize or we don't, we don't promote it as enough as a community. It's always, when you read some of the questions that you see in the Standard Speaker of some of these people, well, why do you stay here? Why don't you? And it's like, we need more for the kids. We need more for this. I'm like, we have so much, how much more?
They just have to be knowledgeable.
Right.
We have a couple minutes left, but folks, I want to let the viewers know how they individually can be involved with the Chamber. I'm talking to Donna Palermo, folks. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Sam LaSan Show for SSPTV.com. You can watch all of our shows. And folks, check our brand new website. Since we put this website up, it's like quadrupling in hits. We're over 1 million hits, okay, from when we started, which is amazing. Donna Palermo, President of Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce. Donna, before I get into people who can join you, what's this quality of life video?
Well, this is our new quality of life video. It complements our newcomer packet, and all our newcomer packets are free of charge. Anybody moving into the area, our industries, our hospitals, they use these a lot for when they're recruiting doctors or employees and so forth. This is our 3rd edition, and it is a 20-minute video about living, working, playing, worshiping in Greater Hazleton and regionally, because even regionally, Mohegan Sun's on there, the arena's on there, the NASCAR racing. So we have to provide an overview of the Greater Hazleton, and then show just how close we are to New York City, to Philadelphia, to Baltimore, and so forth. So this was just launched, and we're going to have another mixer on that. And that's a part of one of our committees, the Community Awareness Committee, which is chaired by Alan Wagner. And like I said, everybody who has a newcomer packet, they get that free of charge. The public can order those. They're $5, very, very cost effective.
Fabulous, yeah.
Yes.
The individuals, okay, for example, there's a lot of benefits that the Chamber has. One of them is the insurance, health insurance. So I'm an individual, and I don't have a business, I'm not a professional, but I want to join the Chamber to take advantage of how does the health care?
It's through Chamber Choice, that's our partner. We actually have 17 chambers in Northeast as part of our Chamber Choice. So we have a lot of members and individuals and chambers involved. I actually serve as president of that entire group. Anybody who's interested in our insurance program, they call our office. We refer them to we have an 800 number, so it costs them nothing to call and inquire. We have COBRA, we have individual plans. In addition, through Chamber Choice, we have an energy program for both businesses and the employees of those businesses for residential. So there are 2 really good benefits of joining a Chamber of Commerce.
I think they're critical benefits.
Definitely.
People out there who don't have life insurance or whatever. Folks, the Chamber number is 455-1509. That's 455-1509. You talk about living here and being, I took my granddaughter to New York last week, okay? We leave here in the morning at 9:30. You're in downtown New York City, 11:30. We did a tour. We did this. We did that. We had dinner. We had a lot of fun, etc. We walked Times Square Saturday night. Which is we leave there about maybe 8 o'clock, and we're home at 10:30. I mean, it's like incredible.
And if you don't want to drive yourself, we have Motor Trans. We have Autobus. We have buses running right from out of our intermodal. So it's great. Great service.
The Chamber of Commerce, folks, affects all of us here in the Greater Hazleton area, and they have a calendar of events. You could always go to their website, hazletonchamber.org, and you'll see what it's all about. But it really affects you. So if you want to know about individual insurances or how you can benefit from the Chamber, particularly if you're a business. If you're a business or a professional and you are a member of Chamber, you know what you're getting. But if you're not, certainly it's something for you to think about. Donna, once again, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. We appreciate the opportunity. Our media partners are crucial, not only to the Chamber, but for the entire community. So we thank you also for the opportunity.
Well, with that being said, what we're going to try to do is, as we do in Pottsville, because we have an operation down there as well, we have, each month we try to have someone from the individuals, a project. It maybe not each month you don't have, but I know at least one month, one time or every other month, someone from the Chamber should come on just to inform the public what's going on.
We'd appreciate that.
All right, ssptv.com, folks, anytime, 24/7. Thank you so much for watching our show. We'll see you next time.